Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a Spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 360.
The Slammin' Jammin'est podcast on the network, Brian. 360 jams all day long.
Wait, are we a music station or are we talking wrestling as in jam?
Ooh. Well, I think 365 would be when we're like through your rock block, 365 days a year.
You're right. 365 uninterrupted minutes of the hardest rock. After
exactly.
20 minutes of station promos.
Yes. 5 minutes of DJ banter.
At least 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But hey, I got a cream stick. Woo! Ding, 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 ding. Honk, honk, honk. I don't have those sound effects.
Why a cream stick?
Well, because it's a morning zoofish.
Oh, okay.
So he's got his cream dong, whatever he calls them.
Right. Cream stick, yeah.
That's actually their hack racist Asian newscaster, Cream Dong.
Yeah, oh, dude. Fuck. Wow. Well, I guess that kind of kills what I was going to say. Because I was going to say, fuck. I was going to say Cream Stick is probably the guy's name, because the morning host, they always have some stupid gimmick name, but yours is way better. And way worse at the same time. You can contact Tony.
Yeah. Please contact me.
Yeah.
I welcome it.
Right.
I am fueled by your hate.
Oh, man. I hate morning radio so much.
It's the worst.
I've never liked it. Like, even the shows that I liked, you know, like back in the day when we used to listen to, like, Drew and Mike, even that, I was like, there were limits to it. You know, there's only so much I could take. So.
Oh, yeah. Every once in a while, they're like, oh, these guys did something really funny this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Most time, it's like, God, I wish they'd all shut up.
Yeah.
Play the music.
Right.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. That was actually what it was, too. I remember, you know, most of the time you get up in the morning, you want to turn the radio on or something, and you were like, God damn it, I forgot the morning show's on, you know, and it's like, well, look for a CD clumsily real quick. And
I mean, in the morning, like our local, by local, I mean Canadian station that we could pick up here, 89X.
Yeah, Detroit, the best of Detroit and Canada.
Yeah, Detroit and South Detroit, what?
Yeah, you're right. 89X, the new rock alternative.
There you go.
That's what
they
it was.
play music, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they also have your morning DJs, and it's fine. I'm fine with the music because I'm like, yeah, I'm jamming and rocking. If I'm deciding to listen to the radio,
right?
But then those guys come in,
yeah,
and it is the worst thing ever. And I know they're trying to be like next level, cutting edge, and they're not.
Yeah,
because they really can't be anymore just because of the nature of our environment,
right?
You know?
No doubt.
Like, Life magazine just came out with the 50 worst cities to live in. Number one's Detroit, and that's garbage. I think we should all email it. It's like, oh God, just play Breaking Benjamin,
followed by various Canadian rock because they have to play. Like, was it half of it or something like that? I can't remember. There was some gimmick to it, but whatever. I will say this, though. They put together a hell of a New Year's Eve show every year.
Well, that's fair. They're allowed to. That's fine. Mm-hmm. If they would just shut their faces in the morning.
Well, now we don't have to worry about that because you can just turn Spotify on or Sirius or any of that stuff. And even though Sirius still has bantery stuff, it's not anywhere near as long as having to listen to 3 or 4 hours of that crap.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
it was one of those weird mornings where I usually have an aux cord because my phone still has a headphone jack.
Right.
Because I'm not next level.
Right.
And I didn't have my aux cord, so I couldn't plug my phone in. And I was just like, no, I have to listen to the radio like a savage. And that's what I dealt with, was them bitching about the Life magazine list.
Ugh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. I mean, look, there probably are worse cities to live in than Detroit, but at the same time, it's like,
I agree, there are.
Yeah.
Because, every time I've been to Detroit in the past 5 years, there's more and more positive construction going on.
Yeah. I mean, the difference in...
Ford just bought that train station.
Yeah. But
they're going to reno it.
There is the difference in living in a city and visiting a city, though, too.
Well, that's true.
So
I agree.
Detroit's a fine city to visit, but yeah. And maybe it'll get back to that point, to where it's fine to live there too. But listen, it ranks low on most things, so it's like, they usually, when they do those lists, they usually have like, okay, here's the criteria,
Yeah.
And, Men's Health does one every year too, and, Toledo and Detroit are always like low on that list because,
I think their criteria was like based on education and property value and how much people make and all that. And I get, the numbers make sense to me.
Yeah.
But if I had my druthers, I would much rather live in Detroit than like Horse Dong, Arkansas. You should see the fountain, though. It's fantastic.
Right. Home of the cream dongs. Yeah.
Exactly. Home of the cream dongs.
That sounds like a Hostess product, though, doesn't it?
It really
instead of
does.
King Dong or whatever
there's King Dongs.
Yeah.
King Dong, that's what he gives the queen.
Yeah.
Because of the old cream dong.
But you know how, they have, Hostess has, the chocolate cupcakes, and then they had the yellow ones?
Right.
Like, that's what I'm thinking, is it's more like it's a King Dong, but it's got, a different color frosting or whatever on the outside,
Right.
Yeah.
It's the cream dong.
Yeah, it's the cream dong. Why not, right? Have that and snowballs all over the place.
sure, right?
What a terrible time.
It's a terrible time. That's the worst kids party ever.
Wow. Kids party, huh?
Yeah.
That would be something, though. Like, oh, what are you serving for snacks? Cream dongs and snowballs.
Cream buns, snowballs, Jesus juice.
Mm.
Like, what?
Perfect. Sounds like a good time to me. No, it doesn't.
All right.
No, it does not. Mm-mm.
Finger blasters. What? It's a game. Finger blasters. Oh, okay.
Every time I think of that, I think of the South Park episode when they have the boy group finger bang.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah. So good.
Goddamn South Park.
Yep.
I really need to get back into watching that again. Is it on any streaming platform?
I believe it's on Hulu, but it's also on Comedy Central's website. Like, all the episodes are on Comedy Central's app/website.
Because there's a very large period of time that I have not watched South Park, except for like, oh, it happens to be on, and I'm happen to be sitting on my couch.
Right.
That's
how I was for a while, and then when I got Hulu, I was like, oh, they put new episodes in Hulu every week. Awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah, so when the new seasons come on, you can watch them like on Hulu.
Well, Hulu.
I just combined Hulu and YouTube. I just made some super fancy thing to watch things on.
It is quite fancy.
I guess.
I'm not 100% sure, and I think somebody might be trying to tell me something.
Mm-hmm.
But I just moved this fantastic beer coaster I got from my cousin from France. It's a postcard.
Right.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And underneath it was a pocket Buddha kit. Is someone trying to enlighten me or some shit?
I guess. Either that or your pocket needs more spiritual guidance or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Wow, okay then. Maybe we'll have to flip through that later. Next week I'll be recording in Sorry or something.
That'll be awesome.
Buddha people there.
Right. Be like, I'm Brian. No sound from you. And it's like, oh yeah, Tony's taking a vow of silence. He's now a Buddhist monk.
Hold on. Take two. It would be like, what again, Brian?
I'm Brian.
Tony. Or just,
Yeah. Yeah. The whole show.
There's like butterflies and shit flying around me.
The whole show, every time you go to talk, it's just in chants or whatever like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, dude, this is getting annoying.
It's Golden Child.
Yeah.
I have the knife.
Turns into the shortest episode of our show ever because I just get furious and shut it down.
Yeah. Just sitting there chanting.
Yeah. Either that or I just continue myself oh man.
Hilarious.
Classic us.
Classic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So, how was your week, sir?
Bro, it's a good week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good week. I had a 3-day weekend, which is nice. It was Father's Day, which I know is, a little different for us, but whatever.
Yeah.
And, it was hot as balls, and I did some shit. It was fun.
You're correct. It was hot as balls. So, how was the Braided Vein show that I didn't go to?
Well, let me do this chronological. Are we gonna do what we did last week and tag back and forth?
Sure.
All right.
I won't.
So Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had a graduation party we went to.
Mm-hmm.
That was good times. We had food and drank beers and just hung out at this dude's house. It was Jeannie's friend's ex-husband.
Oh, okay.
Collectively, their son graduated.
Okay, I just thought maybe you guys crashed a random graduation party.
That would have been awesome.
Me and T thought about it on the way to your house one time. There was this one house on a corner that just had, 40 cars or so sitting outside, and it said graduation party out front. And I was like, we should just go there.
It always says the kid's name, too, but like, yeah, Ethan!
Yeah, right? Hey, what's up, buddy? Like, how do you know him? I see him in the park all the time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway, moving on. No.
I gave him candy. He was like 7.
Yeah. Man, he's grown up.
Man. So, couple things. I brought, because I wasn't sure what we're dealing with, so I brought a cooler full of beverages for Jeannie, myself, and Leah, because Logan was working.
Right,
beers. I'm sorry, he wasn't working. He was playing D&D.
Oh. Right. Frosty beers for all, right?
Which we'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, frosty beers for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But, so we're hanging out, we're just bullshitting, and, eating. I had about probably, 3.5 feet worth of Subway. I ate a lot of Subway.
Wow, that's a lot of Subway.
They just had Subway party platters. I just kept going back.
I'm just picturing you like Homer Simpson when there's like a long sandwich and he's just on one end basically and just eating his way across it.
That's kind of what it felt like.
Like you're a snake deep throating a sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. Snake deep throating an Indonesian woman.
Wait a minute.
I don't know if you heard about that.
No.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
No, Genie's like terrified right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pythons are bad guys, that's all I can say.
Unless they're 24-inch pythons, brother. Anyway.
But, so, we're sitting at this table and these guys start playing cornhole.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard a lot of dumb shit get said when people are drinking and doing whatever.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst taunts I've ever heard in my life.
Okay.
Because the one guy's an Ohio State fan, the other guy's wearing a Michigan hat.
Mm-hmm.
So there's jaw jack, and they know each other, but they're jaw jacking back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And one guy's like, "Oh man, all they have is fat heads in Michigan." And the guy's like, "Yeah, all right." And the guy's like, "What? Is that what you're gonna give me later?"
Wow. Ooh, burn.
Yeah, it's like, so basically he's like, "Yeah, I see your big dick, punish me with it." That's how that rang in my head. I'm like, That's hilarious.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he just said.
Yeah. Oh man, I love the fact that we now have that sound clip of you saying that.
Yeah, really. Damn it.
Awesome.
Oh, God,
man.
I just started, I'm surprised I didn't spray banquet beer everywhere.
Yeah.
I was having such a good time laughing at these yahoos.
Yeah, I bet.
And all I can think of is like, he just said, "Fuck me with your dick." What is he doing? That is a terrible taunt. What is this, a psych out?
I guess.
I don't know. It doesn't work that way.
Maybe they don't, maybe they don't understand. Maybe they just try to entice each other and that's how they disrupt each other.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's a bizarre world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He could have followed up with like, "Oh yeah, this ass is too great for you." I don't know what would have.
Yeah, I don't
would have went.
I don't know where you go from there. Yeah, other than
exactly
what?
I put it in my hair. Like what? What? This is the most bizarre game of cornhole ever.
Finish on my titties. Oh, huh? What? Wait, what?
Did he say that? What the fuck?
I don't think you understand how taunting works.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. But so we left that party and went back to her coworker's house because she's got a pool.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned into a pool party situation, which we didn't hang out too long. Long enough for me to eat 2 more sections of sandwich.
Nice.
Have some more beer.
Wow, pull a Caddyshack in the pool and then bounce. Right. Yeah.
Tempting. But yeah, I was, the whole graduation party situation was good times.
Yeah.
Jeannie actually, for the first time since I've known her, got sunburned.
Wow.
Usually that doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't. You're right.
Yeah.
She usually applies at least 20 coats of whatever, SPF 10 million or something. I don't know.
And it seems like as soon as it gets a hint of warm weather, she's just like tan.
Yeah.
Despite the fact she doesn't want to be, it's just like she just transforms into summer mode.
Like she's Zartan. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. It's like the summertime sun comes up and she like werewolves into a tan lady.
Naturally.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. There you go. So that was my Saturday. Tag.
Yeah, my Saturday didn't do... No. If we're going chronologically, I didn't do much over the weekend, so...
Did you do anything for Faja's Day? Any sort of like family gathering of some sort?
No, my mom and I went out to eat because, like you mentioned before, for anyone who doesn't know, Tony and I are both members of the Dead Dad Club, so,
Send cards our way.
Yeah, Father's Day is, a little different for us.
I would prefer a Chipotle gift card or Tiddies.
Or both.
Yes.
Chipotle gift card on Tiddies.
Nice. Now we're talking.
I know. I did have Chipotle though, but that wasn't until Tuesday. Anyway, yeah, so, we went out to eat because it was, she knows that day is usually kind of rough for me. And, it is for her too, obviously, because they were together a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that and kind of, just, remembered, like, good stuffs and whatnot. And, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, honestly, it wasn't as bad as it normally is for me. I think I'm finally getting to the point that those days are not crushing me like they used to.
Right.
I think
it takes time.
Yeah, I think it's still, it's always going to be a kick in the beans,
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I think it's getting way more tolerable than it used to be, so, yeah. Because, time doesn't heal wounds. They're all filthy liars, Tony.
Filthy, filthy liars.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's about all I did over the weekend, at least that I can remember.
My Fajas day consisted of, we went out to breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
That
breakfast was legit.
I'll get to that. Yeah, I know. Greg's Grill, son of a...
Yeah.
But, here's what I was going to say when I'll get to Logan playing D&D.
Mm-hmm.
We told him, you need Sunday off. It's Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
It was Jeannie's grandpa's birthday, his grandma's birthday celebration, and I think their wedding anniversary celebration.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And they're getting a little long in the tooth.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's important to be there for these things, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he specifically requested off Saturday. So he could play D&D. And he told us he requested off Sunday.
Right.
But it just didn't happen.
Wow.
This is my I don't believe you face.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem a little suspect.
Doesn't it? Little douche.
Yeah. Oops, I requested the day off for something I wanted to do, not the day of things I didn't
Shocking.
Mm-hmm.
So crazy how that worked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like something I would have done.
So we're all not impressed by that.
Right.
But whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But so, we had a big shindig at the in-laws' house.
Mm-hmm.
And it has become Father's Day tradition that typically, I go out to breakfast with my family.
Yeah.
We have a nice gathering. And then I go sweat my dick off for the rest of the day manning grills.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much how it goes now.
Right.
Which is fine. I like grilling.
Mm-hmm.
But, 90-some degree heat was a little much.
Perfect grilling weather.
Oh, my God. I mean, I was like, I had my smoker going. I was manning the charcoal, manning the propane.
Mm-hmm.
My mother-in-law decided to up the difficulty level by giving me frozen hamburger patties.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, but I black belted that shit into delicious meat.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, it was something, to say the least.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
We crushed a meal. Everything was delicious. And I get a text from Logan. It's getting about that time for me to leave because I had to go, start the concert stuff getting going.
Right. Yeah.
But he texts me like 40-some minutes before I need to really leave to go pick up Michelle. And he's like, hey, Dad, I got off work a little early. Can you come get me? No problem. I leave, head up to his work, and hit a parking lot because some truck jackknifed on the highway.
Oh, wow.
Just creeping. It took me about an hour round trip
to
pick him up from their house.
Gee.
And then now I'm like texting her like, hey, the time I told you, push that back.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And then I'm sending random stuff like, I need a plastic bag. Do you have a plastic bag? Because I had to go, my mom asked me to get her mail and feed her cats, which is on the way.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I forgot to grab a bag so I could shove the mail in it so it doesn't get wet.
Oh, I thought the cats ate
situation.
I thought the cats ate plastic bags. Okay, now I'm back on board with it.
Well, I put the cats in the bags.
Right.
In the pot.
Dude. No.
I love those cats.
Yeah, no.
Except one of them. One of them's a real twat.
Yeah.
The rest are great.
Fair enough.
But that was a whole thing. And she was all confused, like, do you need the bag now? When she got in the car, I'm like, not now, but I'm taking you to my mom's house just to warn you.
Right.
You can help me feed the cat.
You know how I told you we were going to a rock show? Kidding.
We're actually going to the woods. Now bind your hands.
Yeah. Put the bag over your head. I don't want you to know where we're going. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, on second thought, never mind. It doesn't matter. Terrible.
But fed the cats. That was all a good situation. Had a nice drive to Detroit. First time in a long time I've got the one-on-one chat with her, which was nice.
Yeah.
And, dude, the venue is called the Marble Bar.
Right.
And, dude, it's in a weird location.
Yeah.
Like we're going towards it, and the road we're driving up, there's just a big road closed sign. And it's the intersection we need to turn on. Mm-hmm. But the road on the other side of the road closed sign is nothing. It's just dirt. It's like a 2-foot drop because they dug up everything.
Right.
So it's like, and we turn left, and it's just vacant buildings, all boarded up, nothing. And then you just see a building, and there's this, like, hipster girl in a bright red, actually pretty attractive lady, out there in a bright red dress and, like, big hipster glasses. Mm-hmm. And on the wall next to her Marble Bar, and she's sitting at a little, like, booth or whatever. I'm like, oh, I guess this is the spot. So we park out there, and I go, I'm walking up, I got my phone, because, it just said, like, confirmation number, and she's like, oh, do you have tickets? I went, yeah. She's like, what's your name? I'm like, Tony or Anthony, hi. She's like, oh yeah, he had tickets, and she just gave us wristbands.
Wow, alright.
But dude, the bar was great. It was cool. Like, you walk in, and I see why it's a marble bar, because the bar is made out of marble, and there's marble on the walls, and the liquor selection was legit as fuck. Had a lot of top shelf stuff. Like, I always spied gins looking for Jeannie.
Yeah.
Good beer selection, no food, which became a problem.
Yeah, I can see where it would. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, the acoustics were good. My only hang-up would be with the concert. We saw the Braided Veins and Hollow Earth for the 2 bands we saw.
Okay.
The hang-up would be it was, like, I want to say they were done playing at, like, 10:30. Both bands.
Wow.
It was short.
Holy
Hollow
shit,
Earth,
dude. Wow.
Yeah. Like, Hollow Earth started playing.
Yeah.
And I didn't, because I didn't hear them announce who they were.
Yeah.
They just started, and they were good. They played like 4 songs.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, these guys must be like warm up. And now we're going to get to the bands that were, nope, Braided Veins started set. I was like, oh. And those guys played for a while. And, they, as you know, because you've seen them a couple times too.
Yeah.
Put on a great show.
Yeah,
but the shit up
but a lot of their songs are pretty short. So they could go through kind of everything they've released in a fairly short amount of time, yeah. I
think that's pretty much what they did, is played everything.
That's cool, though. I mean, that's kind of what, what they did. Well, no, the last time we saw them, I think they were playing newer stuff.
Also, more bands playing, though.
True.
But, I mean, so they rocked it out. Great show. You know how the lead singer has his red mic cable, and he's everywhere?
Yeah.
He was over by the bar singing, because there was only like probably 20 people there.
Oh, wow. That's too bad.
I know. Well, it's Sunday night. It's such a weird night for a concert.
And it's Father's Day.
Father's Day, yeah. But I mean, so he was everywhere, climbing up in the rafter. He was doing his thing.
Nice.
But yeah, so the show was over. It was awesome. And the whole time we're sitting there at the bar. Well, you know Michelle, she's a lightweight. Mm-hmm. She had a cocktail, and she's like, oh my God, that was so good. And she had another one. Hammered. And she just kept going, I wish this place had food. I'm like, well, did you have dinner? No.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, well, no wonder,
Yeah.
But we're sitting there, and people keep going outside. And I finally asked the bartender, I'm like, is there a patio or something out there? And the lady's like, oh, yeah, we just had it built. It's great out there. The local construction workers built us a disco ball because they do dance parties and stuff.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, so I'm like, well, let's go. Before we leave, let's check out the patio.
Yeah.
Dude, one of the best patios I've ever seen.
Really?
Because it's all enclosed with, like, cargo carriers. Those big cargo boxes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like you see on trains. Mm-hmm. And they have one of them that I'm guessing is a bar. Because you can see where it's cut and hinged.
Yeah.
And it was blocked off where you would walk into it. So I'm guessing they open it up and there's a bar back there. Mm. And there's hammocks everywhere.
Okay.
There's all, like, purple mood lighting, and all the furniture and benches and tables are just built out of stacked pallets that had carpet stapled to them.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. But the disco ball, which I should have taken a picture of, I can't believe I didn't. The disco ball that the construction workers built for him is probably, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to put my arms around it. Maybe you and I, if we could probably hug it.
Yeah.
And it's just a big skull.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was like, whoa, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
The patio was amazing. Like her and I were talking out there, and we're like, if we would have known this was out here, we probably would have just hung out here because you could definitely hear the music.
Oh, I would think so.
Because it was so loud.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure volume was not a problem.
No,
yeah.
I mean, I had I was doing the earplug situation, and you could feel it.
Uh-huh.
That's how loud
like
it was.
when we were at the last time? Like, was it like hitting you in the chest like it was there?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that, though. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I easily could have just hung out there, listened to the show, and enjoyed the amazing patio.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know. But, so we're leaving, and I'm like, all right, you clearly need to eat. And she's like, yeah, is there any, let's find some. And I pull up Yelp, and the only thing around the bar that's open still, because it's Sunday night, is just fast food stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, well, let me expand my search here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and it clicked. I'm like, have you ever been to Sidetracks? In Ypsilanti.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh God, it's been forever. So I look it up, because College Town, every day it's open at 2 a.m.
Yep. I was going to say, there's always that one place, at least, in college towns especially. Yep.
So I'm like, boom, let's go. And, they serve, the kitchen's open that late too.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So, we get the Sidetracks. Once again, we go sit outside because it's a fucking beautiful night.
Mm-hmm.
And, she's burger, fries. I got these things. And this made me laugh when I got home. Because I had on the menu, they get these things called Irish egg rolls. I wasn't that hungry.
No.
And it's like a dill pickle.
Okay.
Wrapped in ham, wrapped in Swiss cheese, wrapped in an egg roll wrapper, fried.
Interesting.
It's fucking amazing.
I would eat that. I was expecting it to be wrapped in a potato because
Irish.
That's an old joke between us. I don't know if we talked about it on the show or not. Okay. Yes.
Well, what makes me laugh about this, Brian, is the next morning I'm telling Jeannie about her, the evening, and I'm like, and we went to Sidetracks, and I'm like, and they have this thing on the menu, Irish egg rolls. And Jeannie goes, I know. I'm like, what do you mean you know? And she's like, every time we go there, you order those, so you tell me how amazing they are. Problem is, every time we go there, it's after Beer Fest.
Right.
So that's the first time I ate them and recall it.
Oh, shit. What's funny is I should have recognized that, and I didn't, so, yeah.
But, I mean, it was, the only weird thing was, there's this homeless, I'm assuming he's homeless.
Okay.
This guy who didn't smell too great pulled up on a bike that had like a wagon behind it, and he was playing music and stuff.
Okay.
And some dudes are standing out there just gave him a to-go box, and he just starts eating out of it. We're sitting on like the patio on the fence, just bullshit, and the guy's suddenly there. And I look up, I'm like, hey, how's it going? He's like, hey, because he had a real squeaky voice despite him being a big dude.
Right.
He's like, hey, can I get that bottle of ketchup from you? By all means. He squirts it all over his thing, handed it back to me.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it was a little weird homeless guy. But, it was a fine evening up in Detroit. I would definitely go back to the Marble Bar.
Yeah.
It would be great if they had food, though.
Yeah, really. It's too bad they didn't have, like, a food truck or something else. But, I mean...
that neighborhood is sketch.
Yeah, that's why I said it. Yeah. It's too bad, though. Yeah, it's too bad they don't even just, have something, small or whatever, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, like bags of chips, pretzels.
I never understand. Well, I do, I guess, because it's a different level of health department, annoyance, but...
It seems like they do stuff, though, because what's up, babe? You forgot him? That's hilarious. That's what he gets for not scheduling off Father's Day. But like when I was, pissing hard, as I'm prone to do.
As you'll do, yeah.
They had a flyer up that I think it was the end of July.
Uh-huh.
They're doing a dance party and barbecue. So I don't know if we're gonna have a barbecue food truck there. I don't know. I don't know the situation.
Yeah, that's it. Or maybe they'll just pull a smoker up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But yeah, cool bar. I liked them on Face Page so I can see events in the future because I would go back.
Yeah, that's
heartbeat.
Cool.
It had a good vibe.
It's funny because the drummer of Braided Veins, who for those who don't know, we talked to on a past Enthusiast episode. His name's Jonathan Diener. I think I have it listed as Jono Diener.
I believe so. Yeah.
But he's also in a band called Baggage where he plays. I think I can't remember if he plays, I think he plays bass and sings and writes the songs and what have you. And he posted a thing on Instagram that was like, Baggage is playing this place tonight with this support act and special secret guest, And the whole time I'm like, man, I wonder who the secret guest is going to be, It turns out it ended up being against me.
Really?
Yeah. Ended up playing a completely just non-announced show with him last night. So that's kind of cool,
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Now, I don't know if you remember when we had him on the show, I believe he talked about how they were kind of friends with that band when he was in the Swellers. So.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't end up going because I had a neurologist appointment stupid early on Monday.
It makes total sense. And honestly, if we would have came straight home, you would have been home in plenty of time.
Yeah, right.
But since we stopped and had food and we, bullshitted on the patio for a while, I didn't end up getting home till almost probably 2 after I dropped her off.
Yeah, because I texted you at 1:45 or something or 1:30, somewhere in that range, and you responded, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I think that was right when I got home, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, because, and then it turns out, Monday morning, I woke up and, my tummy was not, my tummy was telling me you shouldn't leave the house today. That's the nicest way I can put it.
Right.
So I had to call
the trail.
Yeah. I had to call and cancel my appointment. So then I was kind of mad because, if I could have had that foresight, I would have went with you guys the night before.
Yeah, fair enough.
But, what are you going to do? So.
There's always next time, because
I'm sure they'll play again.
I love going to see shows, and I'll go see whatever.
Right, and Breda Veins is from that area, so there's,
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely, I'm a fan. I'll see him again.
Yeah, me too. I like it.
Yep.
I'll have a link to their Bandcamp page or something like that in the show notes for anybody, if somehow you haven't already checked them out.
Fair enough.
Word. So, something totally off this, I don't remember the day of it. It might have been Friday. Our pal, over at the Obscure Gentleman podcast, 12 for a Penny podcast, but part of the Obscure Gentleman family, James, former enthusiast guest, he posted pictures. He was because he lives in LA or around LA. He went to a food festival there that looked like it was a bunch of trucks and stuff like that. And dude, some of the stuff he posted, I'm like, I'm so jealous. There's nothing like one booth was everything they served was chicken skin.
What?
Including nachos. They did chicken skin nachos.
Yes, please.
And I'm like, those look delicious. And he's like, they were so good. And, I can't remember what else. There was just a variety of things that he posted pictures of. And all of us in the room were like, man, and I was like, I'm so jealous of you guys. Travis, his friend, got, I think an ice cream burrito, which was interesting.
Also sounds incredible.
Yeah, it looked really good. It looked like way too much for one person. It looked like probably about 4 people should take it on, but...
Well, that sounds like typical, food fest behavior, though, honestly.
Right. Although with that much food around, it's like, I would almost prefer if they gave you smaller portions so that, so you can taste around rather than, okay, I ate this, now I can't eat anything else, Well,
it's like, it's been a while since Gene and I have done it. But there used to be, they still do it. They do restaurant week and taste of the Toledo and all that.
Yeah.
And they all the restaurants set up booths and they give you little tasters of meals. Yeah. It's like the perfect bite of a meal they have, you know?
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm saying is just give me a smaller portion of some of the stuff. That way, like I said, I can taste around if there's something I really like, or have 2 sizes, have the taster size and maybe then a bigger,
Yeah.
Cause we've been at Beer Fest where we've had a beer and like, man, if they had a pint available, I would go get a pint of this,
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, so, I understand why they don't there.
Well, yeah, right?
It'd be just sloppy drunks everywhere.
Yeah. Wait, that's pretty much how it is anyway, right?
It's really not that bad.
Is that just my perspective?
I was going to say it's just you.
It's I've been going through my videos on my camera roll today.
Uh-huh.
because, well, I was going to talk about it. Might as well talk about it now since we're talking about sloppy drunks.
Right.
Have you seen Instagram TV, IGTV?
I saw it exists.
Yes, it's a thing.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what to make of it yet.
Yeah.
It's a whole different. I downloaded it so I could monkey around because it's brand new. You know, it is.
Yeah.
Gotta get your foot in the door, right?
Yeah.
But it's like it said, you can download up to an hour.
Yeah.
Or upload. No. For small potatoes like us, we have a 5-minute limit.
That's funny. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what does that lift? Like, you know, like when you first start on YouTube, you can only list up to, what is it, like 15 minutes or half an hour? Then after you post so many times, it opens up.
I have no idea. I'll be honest.
All right.
Yeah. But so I was like, you can't actually, through the app, record directly.
Okay.
Which is weird.
So you have to use a second-party app, or a third-party app, whatever, however, you know, and then come back to it with it?
Well, it's like you can upload from a camera roll, or they have a desktop uploader. Okay. So you can make, like, good-looking videos on your computer and upload them to...
Oh, okay. So you could edit them and all that stuff and then... Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But
still seems weird that you can't do it straight from the app, though.
Yeah, you would think they'd be able to let you do both. So for like the video I shot earlier today, I had to use my iPhone video, which whatever, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
And then I'll upload it from my camera roll. But the app is basically like, here's the creators you follow if they post stuff here, and here's stuff you might like. I mean, yeah, I see what they're going for. It's not going to be the YouTube killer.
Right.
Everyone's talking about.
No chance. At least not for a long time.
No, not for a long... But I see what they're trying to do, but the fact you can't record directly through the app seems silly.
It does.
Right?
Yeah.
But what I was like, but I'm trying to think, like, well, what can I put up here? And I was like, oh, well, let me see what sort of video, because I don't delete anything off my phone, basically.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm going through the videos, and I have so many old, like, periscopes from Beer Fest and stuff that we've done.
Right.
And they're very short.
Right.
That I'm just going to start chunking them together and putting them up on there.
Oh, nice.
Because why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't go live on that then? Or you
can't go live on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know, it's interesting.
So if you want to go live, you would still have to use
Instagram.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah, that seems weird to me to make. You know what though? This is from the same company, Facebook, that has a messenger app, a page app, and their normal app, rather than having it all in one app. So
how soon do they just have a standard, just a go by itself marketplace app?
Yeah. I don't know. It bugs me because it's like...
that bugs me too.
I don't want to have to download more apps. I'd like the app to do all the things. And it already gives you access to the camera roll for Instagram Live or whatever. You know?
And when you do Instagram stories, it's the full screen like you get with Instagram TV.
Okay.
Because like Instagram's square.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. Instagram stories, it's your whole ratio of your phone screen. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying with Instagram TV is we're not going to, YouTube's basically geared for the sideways. We want people walking around with their phones like this, so we want to do it like this.
Okay.
Which I get. Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me. I get that. I
always felt like the way to go is not to pick one or the other, but to allow either.
Both.
But yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
But so, it's weird because, I put up a thing in Fear from Fearcast.
Yeah.
Fear Ennis. Mm-hmm. He commented on it like, this is something I'm going to probably have to, try. I hate to, because I said the same thing I'm saying now in the video. Like, I don't know why it's another app, why you can't do this. Mm-hmm. And when I wanted to respond to his comments, because his comments popped up on my Instagram app.
Okay.
So when I clicked on the comment back, it opened up the TV app.
Oh, that's weird.
It's really weird.
You know what though? Like if someone comments on your, sends you something on Facebook Messenger, when you're in the Facebook app, it'll show that you have a Messenger
That's
message.
True.
And if you tap that, it'll open the Messenger app rather than just letting you see it right there. So it's Facebook staying the same. I really wish I knew.
In Instagram, you can read what he says and you can like it, but if you reply, then you have to go to your actual video.
Dumb.
Yeah, it's very clunky right now.
But
and,
it's,
the more
totally
I've been like,
it's totally on brand though. You know, with,
yes. I know. You're right.
That's why
it's like
I
the
hate
more
that
I've been
stuff.
using, because like I'm not a Facebook fan.
No.
But I really like Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I have since like day one liked Instagram.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like that's the only reason I downloaded it is I'm like, well, this might be good for the podcast.
That's what I was thinking too. When I first saw it, I was like, I was like, Tony and I should talk about, seeing if there's something, because YouTube's not really our gimmick either, as far as recording and posting stuff. Instagram's a little different because we both use Instagram,
Yeah.
So more regularly, I would say, than the other stuff. So.
And honestly, I would think if we had a set space and we were in the same room, we would probably do YouTube stuff more often.
Yeah, we probably would.
So easy to set up a camera and whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, literally, we used to do it when we talked with Tate. We had a camera pointing at us so that she could see both of us at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, with how we currently record, it's more of a pain in the ass to try to figure that out.
Truth.
Because I don't have a capture card or anything like that. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what to make of IGTV.
I don't either. Have you watched anybody's uploads?
Just out of curiosity, I watched a couple of people I follow.
Uh-huh.
And,
I saw S. Anthony uploaded one, but I haven't watched it. So
who did?
S. Anthony, I believe, uploaded some.
Yeah, he's been monkeying around a bit.
Yeah.
Corey Epps, he's been playing around a bit. Who else was there? God,
I
trash show.
Really hate the 5-minute gimmick though too.
Yeah, I think it varies because when I was watching the, I know that's not the name of it, but I keep saying the White Trash Show, but I know that's not it. I was watching some of his stuff.
Yeah.
And he said he had 10 minutes.
Okay, so I bet it's based on how many followers or whatever.
I should see how many followers he has when I think about it.
And
I can actually give him a proper shout out, saying the White Trash Show.
Right.
Which might be this show for all I know.
What, our show? Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
Oh, us.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And, wow, they don't make it very easy to switch accounts either.
Of course not. Why would they? So annoying.
It really is. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. It's I know it's brand new and all that jazz.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It is brand new.
Oh.
It's not what we're used to. So there's going to be a lot of bitching until
it is the White Trash Show.
Oh, is it? Okay, well, perfect. At least you've been getting it right then.
Yeah, well, his Instagram is White Trash Show. He's actually Johnny White Trash.
Oh, okay.
He's only got about 100 more followers than we have.
Interesting.
So I don't really understand that.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm on TechCrunch because I was just looking for upload restraints for it.
Right.
And it said everyone except smaller and new accounts will be able to upload hour-long videos immediately, with that option expanding to everyone eventually.
Okay, because with an hour, we could have some fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's like,
oh, really?
Like our, even if it's, I don't know. Here's a section of our show. If you want to hear the rest, check out this. Or, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it says in here too. It says, was it Systrom is the guy's last name, or Kevin Systrom is the one who introduced the app, for Instagram. And he said, we made it a dedicated app so you can tap on it and enjoy video without all the distraction. I get that, but come on.
Well,
give me the option.
Yeah, give me the option, exactly.
Yeah.
And what I noticed is when Instagram updated, and it's just a small thing, but it annoyed me, is where the stories are. Yep. It changed that bar, so you have the Instagram TV logo, and the watch all button vanished.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is click a story to start watching it, and then you'll cycle through them. But it was still it made me kind of feel like, are they trying to phase this out a little bit and go straight TV now, or?
Probably. Because
a lot of people just take pictures on their Instagram stories and don't do video.
Right.
So I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whatever, I'm sure we'll figure it out over time. You know, it's just, like I said, the 5-minute thing is kind of annoying, but I get it. They're gonna give, people with, like, millions of followers an hour, which I understand,
Yeah.
But...
I get it, too.
It does really suck that, because, people like Kim Kardashian or whatever, they're bringing people to the app. They have so many viewers that if they do something at some point, they're going to start tucking commercials into it because why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
So as a result, there's going to be monies to be made there. So that's why, so I mean, I get it all. It's just from the user standpoint, I don't like it. Or from the small fry standpoint,
Yeah.
I hate that it's already hard enough for people to get, brand going, let alone
yeah, right.
them
Exactly.
limiting like that, but whatever,
Yeah, but yeah, so that's my new thing is tinkering with that and seeing what. I mean, the app's it feels a little clunky to me, but maybe it's just because I'm looking for more and it just doesn't have what I'm looking for.
Yeah, and it's very, it's very possible. I'm sure over time it'll have more. I mean, look at Snapchat. When it first came out, I was like, what's the point of this? And now I'm like, wow, it's got, honestly, in my opinion, Snapchat's gotten to where it's too much. But,
right.
But I do remember when they basically had nothing.
Right.
The filters were super basic and, now you've got all sorts of stuff, which is, people have a lot of fun with. So that's cool,
Yeah. Exactly. Top shelf nonsense at all times.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Anywho. But yeah, so I was going to talk about that later, but it kind of fit right in with what we're
It really does.
So whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But so yeah, you missed a concert and unfortunately this guy missed the next event we were supposed to go to together.
Yeah. That, I don't remember. Did I mention it on? Yeah, because we didn't record till Sunday last week or whatever.
Yeah, we were both like, we got a whole bunch of shit we're going to talk about.
Well, we do. We do,
just separately.
Didn't do it together, yeah. I had won tickets to go see WWE SmackDown, and, like Tony said, he couldn't end up going, which probably was for the best, because you probably would have been a sleepy boy, so.
Yeah, I mean, the day before that happened, we had wicked storms blow through, and my house lost power, and I was up fucking running to the store and grabbing ice, so we didn't lose our food. It was a whole situation. Right. That sucks.
Just on any given night, you would have been sleepy boy by the time we left. But with that on top of it...
Yeah, that's why we told me what time you guys left. I'm like, I'm fucking glad I bowed out. I was at work, like, feeling half dead. I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah. Yeah, we got down there and it was interesting because you had texted me earlier in the day and you were like, hey, heads up, parking's like $20 everywhere. And we were like, well, we'll just park in the garage, at the event. Because, like, when T and I went last time, it was under $10. It was like $8 or $9,
Right.
So we were like, whatever, that sucks, but, that's not terrible, for an event. Which is usually it's $20, or so. Yeah, we get down there.
Can I give you my Toledo pro tip?
What's that?
Toledo pro tip. If you're coming into town for an event, on the weekends our parking meters are free.
For now.
On the days after 5, they're free.
Yeah. For now. They're already talking about putting some where you got to pay for lunch hour ones now. And it's like, well, if they do that, they're going to do weekends too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just the way to go, especially how busy that it's becoming.
Exactly. That's what the mayor said, actually, he's like, we did it free because nobody was coming downtown, so now people are going downtown like crazy.
Now it's become a destination.
Yeah, so now we're going to make you pay.
But until they do that, the move to do is you get down there about 4 o'clock when people are still working, find a sick meter spot, and just fill it for a couple hours with like $3.
Yeah.
And then once 5 o'clock rolls around, it's free.
Yeah, and you're already in a spot.
And then you're there.
Yeah.
Because that's what Gene and I always try to do is we get down there, hang out at a bar or something.
Yeah.
And then go to a Mud Hens game or whatever.
Yeah, it's a good call. I like that. That's a good pro tip. Yeah, it was $15 at the parking garage, so it was a little cheaper, but not by much.
A little bit.
Yeah. So that was Yeah, we were all like, ugh, because, you know, whatever. But, you know what, it's like, when you look at the grand scheme, it's like, dude, our tickets are free.
Yeah, that's true. It all balances out, right?
Yeah, to have the experience, we had to pay out $15 total for 4 of us to go to an event. I mean, that seems okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it turned out we had the best seats I've ever had at a live event. Well, actually, at any I've gone to, which was really awesome. We had a really good view of the ring. We were on TV side, which is extra awesome because it sucks when you're on the other side because everyone's got their back to you when they're doing their promos and stuff, you know. So, you know, that was that was awesome too. The only downside where we were sitting is we were like diagonal from the one ring post. And when people were doing promos, a cameraman a lot of times would stand right there to kind of catch him from the side a little bit. So he was kind of right in our way.
But you didn't bring her trusty blowgun?
No, I forgot. Well, they would have taken it anyway. You know, they don't allow...
If you disguise it. No, you're supposed to bring the one that's disguised as a walking cane.
Oh, you're right. Dang it.
Yeah.
Wear my Matt Murdock cosplay in there.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, it was it was a lot of fun. You know, my nephew ended up taking his kid, and that was his first event. So,
nice.
You know, he seemed to enjoy it for the most part. You know, he didn't like that you had to wait in between matches, but it's like, it's on TV that, you know, there's commercials. There's nothing you can do about it. He just, you know, and, he didn't care so much for the talking segments, which understandable, you know.
Now, does he watch wrestling at home?
No, not that I know of. So, you know,
so he's got the little investment.
Yeah. So we, you know, me and Mike explained stuff to him, you know, as it went on, you know, stuff he didn't know or didn't understand or whatever, you know, which is fine. That's how you learn, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
yes, they're called steroids.
No, you silly goose. Man, I'll tell you what sucked though, is the 2 rows in front of us were, there were a bunch of, it looked like there was like 4 adults and like 6 kids or something like that. And they were all, I think, kinda together. They were all one family as far as related to each other, but I don't know if it was 2 families or if, you know, they took other people's kids or whatever. But anyway, there was 10 of them there.
Oh, they took them all right.
Yeah. Dude, they got up so many times. And it wasn't the kids going like, I gotta go to the bathroom, I want this. It wasn't them. They were sitting there watching the event. I don't know how many times the adults got up. And we're like, okay, all of you come with us. And it's like, why doesn't one adult stay and just leave who doesn't want to go? But
how old are these kids?
I don't know.
Well, like, educated get. Okay, all right.
You know?
I was like,
I'm not saying leave them by themselves. You know, leave an adult with them. But, because there were 4 adults, just have one of the adults stay. You know?
Come on, little Timmy, you're not invested in this match. Daddy's got to get a blowy from Mommy.
The bathroom,
again.
I'll say this was really nice. At one point, I thought I was going to explode because I had to piss hard. And, I looked at
One
T.
of those kids probably had a hood.
Probably.
Just saying.
At one point I looked at T and I was like, alright, I was like, when, you know, I was like, I'm gonna go hose, and then Daniel Bryan's music hit because the next match was gonna start, and I'm like, you know, but then I realized it was going to commercial, cause a lot of times, I explained this before when I went, which is when you watch on TV, like you'll hear the guy's music and he'll be walking down, the entrance ramp, and then they'll go to commercial, and when they come back, he's still on the ramp, basically. They stop the music during the commercial time, and then they restart it when the show comes back live.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so now Daniel Bryan went ahead and got in the ring, but I've seen them at the last one, they just stood on the ramp where they were, you know, because they have someone who stops them. And
they got a camping chair, grabbed the paper.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, when I saw it was going to commercial, you know, I pretty much, you know, stiff-armed T in the face, you know, and went to hose. But what was nice is there was like 3 sets of stairs, and then directly outside was a bathroom. The other side was a concession stand. So whatever you wanted was right there.
Now, did you ever mix them up?
Once, yeah.
Sir, that's the popcorn.
Whoops-a-daisy.
I'm almost done. You can have next.
Whoops-a-daisy. Yeah, right in the old lemon slush machine. Yep.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Whoopsies.
Like, Like, why does this slushy taste like muscle piss?
I was just going to say, why is the slushy so crunchy?
Dude, we need to make a muscle piss commercial.
I know, we really do.
Coming soon to IGTV.
Right. Shit.
Muscle piss!
So yeah, it was, but those people just kept getting up, and it was really annoying because they weren't doing it in between matches. They were doing it like right in the middle, or you know how when you're at a wrestling event or on TV, you can feel when the match is about done, you know? And right as the matches were hitting that climax point, they're standing up and in the way, and it's like, come on, you know, it's like, first of all, you're taking kids away from the match, but second of all, you're blocking other people. You know
what that tells me is the adults are there strictly for the kids, and the kids still had a bad time.
Could be, I don't know. It really annoyed the shit out of me, though. On the upside, the row we were in, barely anyone ever got up to go out. I think I got up once, you know, and the row behind us had like nobody in it. So that turned out really great, actually. Perfect. Yeah, I didn't have to keep getting, kneed in the back or whatever.
You could went up and sat in that real fast.
Well, that's actually what Mike and his kid did. They went and sat behind me and T. That way we could talk a little easier. You know, because we're in a square formation instead of a straight line at that point. So, yeah, we moved so we could hear each other a little bit better, which was nice, you know, because the music was crazy loud, as it usually is, you know, so, yeah.
That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny, because before the whole event started, they have while we don't mind you taking pictures of our superstars, please don't record anything. You know, if you do, your device will be confiscated. You'll be sent to a federal pound me in the ass prison, and whatever else. So
pretty standard,
right? Pretty standard, yeah. So, but there was a woman, the next row in front of us, to our left, recorded the whole thing.
Really?
Yep.
I'm surprised they don't have like dudes up in the rafters looking for that shit.
Yeah. Well, it's dark, so it's easy enough to see. Much like, when we went and saw Bill Burr and there's that person recording, and they shut that down with the quickness.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I think they really don't care much, but
it's just that blows people do that shit.
Yeah, me too. My other thing, I don't know why you'd want to. I mean, really, if there's anything I want to watch on it, I can go watch it on Hulu. Or, most people could DVR it and watch it forever. Or, you can find it on the internet if you want to watch it. You really don't need to record it. And the pictures are going to be way better than yours.
True.
Because the equipment that WWE uses, I bet probably is a little higher quality than most people's phones. So.
What if they were add stunning commentary to the mix?
Okay, there's that, I guess. See, that's
like we were talking about doing.
Yeah. So that's the other thing I wouldn't want, though, is a lot of times, you get people around you that are just annoying. Like, there was a guy probably 3 or 4 rows up from us that was a fucking smark. And, he, he's the I know everything about wrestling guy. And
oh, God.
He was with 2 people that you could look, like when I looked back one time, like you could just see their eyes were glazed over. Like, why did I come here?
Right.
And the dude just wouldn't, he's the guy that refers to the wrestlers by their real name or their indie name, and it's like, okay, dude, you're not impressing your friends. So just shut the fuck up. But he didn't the whole time. I swear there wasn't more than a minute that he had his mouth shut. So,
oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, and half the time it was like, well, I don't know why WWE is doing this. They should book it this way, and like most fans. But it was like, dude,
yeah,
save it for your podcast.
Oh, he's the expert.
Yeah,
he's the cream dawn of his friendship circle.
Probably. I was like, ugh.
Wow, sounds like a real asshat.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I love wrestling, but I don't want to hear you. These people don't like wrestling. Or they're not as into wrestling as you are. It's like, there's no way they care that Daniel Bryan's real name is Bryan Danielson. They don't give a shit,
Yeah, exactly. No one gives a fuck.
Right. It's like,
were you aware he actually had That's 435 beard hairs. What?
I count him when he's sleeping.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that,
I try to edge once for one stroke for every beard hair.
Wow. Oh my.
That is commitment.
Yeah. But yeah, that gets annoying, but there's enough noise around that usually you can kind of block that out after a while, But it was just every once in a while I would happen to notice that he was still talking.
Still flipping his stupid mouth.
Yeah, and the thing was he was just out of pint glass range, otherwise I might have bought one of those beers in a metal bottle and just winged it at him.
Yeah, he probably would have caught it in his gaping maw of knowledge.
Boy. Yeah. But, the event was a lot of fun. We enjoyed ourselves. We got a pretty good show because it was the first one after a pay-per-view. And the matches were pretty good. They ended up doing a gauntlet match to end the show, which was really good. There were a lot of really good matchups in that.
Was Thanos involved?
No, unfortunately. But
he'd probably win.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, that was, there was a guy that later in the show, because after SmackDown, there's a show 205 Live, which is like the cruiserweight guys.
Right.
And this guy went up to the concessions, or went out to go to the bathroom or concessions, one or the other. And you could tell he was staggering pretty good going up the stairs. Holy shit, seeing him go down the stairs, I thought he was going to eat it. And, cause he was so hammered. And,
was he gorilla pressing beers into his face?
I couldn't tell because I didn't really pay attention to where he was at, but, at one point he bumps into a guy that's on the aisle, on the end of the aisle, and the guy kind of grabs him and steadies him, and he's like, okay, buddy, he's like, where are you sitting? So, MVP to that guy for, not just letting the guy fall down the steps, basically.
For sure.
I mean,
you hit him with some sweet chin music.
Seriously. I don't think you would have even had to have. I think you could have pretty much hit him the same way Hogan hit Kevin Nash when he just taps him and he falls over.
Right.
I think that probably would have about done it. This guy was hammered.
That's chalked up to old man strength. That's what that was.
Yeah. Whew. That was something.
Wouldn't it be just tragic if he wasn't drunk, just crippled?
Oh man, yeah. If I wouldn't have heard him talk, I wouldn't. And then I did see when he sat down though, he did have a stack of glasses. So
fucking plowing through hops and barleys.
Yeah, which is something else I don't get, man. It's like shitty beers for like $8.
Beers?
They're $7 or $8. Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Nope, I didn't have one.
They probably don't even have Coors Banquet there.
No, I think they have Bud Light, Yingling. I don't remember if they have anything else. Yingling would have been my beer of choice if I were going to drink, but...
Chill Wave?
Oh man, that'd be a terrible idea.
Drink that Chill Wave in those big plastic cups.
Oh man.
I'll take 2 of those to my face and I'm going to go talk to the devil for a little bit.
I'll take 2 of those to my face and I need 2 more to carry back to my seat.
Yeah, exactly.
And by my seat, I mean I'm going to sit down right here.
Yeah. So we're going to the deep end of the pool tonight, boys.
Yeah, oh boy. That would have too. Whoo. But you know what was awesome though is for that 205 Live show when T and I went and saw SmackDown before, like 2/3 of the stadium was gone basically. Which really sucks. Those guys are out there busting their ass too, and people are gone because a lot of them had
small guys.
Yeah. All 205 pounds or less. And
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so we're excuse me, this time most of the people stayed. And the only thing I can think of is because school's probably out for more kids. So they didn't have to worry about getting up.
Sense.
Yeah, whereas before, kids probably had to get up for school the next day. So, I was so happy to see that most of the stadium actually stayed though, because, those guys deserve it. Like I said, they're out there busting their ass too. It's not their fault they're put in that spot,
Right.
And I hate to see everybody just leaving early.
Being born tiny?
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you what, there's a couple of those guys, you go up to them and tell them how tiny they are, I bet they beat your ass.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. In fact, not
But
just a
man,
few.
I just got beat up by a child. You guys see that?
That'd be fun to see, actually. But it'd be like if you went to a concert and the headliner was on first, would you stay for the support acts?
Well, this is true.
Most people know. I mean, hell, people show up late for concerts a lot of times because they don't care about who the support is. So,
let's be honest, sometimes they're not the greatest.
No. But like these guys put on like really good matches. Like the main event of 205 was really good. I mean, they did some shit that had the whole crowd like going, whoa, as they were doing it, flippy doos and shit. So it was, it's a shame people
do anything that's impressive in a bounty house.
Fair enough. Well, I think the other side of it too is that it's on the WWE Network on demand, so people can just go home and watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that's why I told T when him and I were there before, because I didn't know if he was going to want to stay all the way through or not. And I'm like, well, if we leave early, I'll just catch 205 on the network.
Dude, old Mr. Brainiac Knowledge Face.
Yeah,
guaranteed he went home and watched that, looking for him.
Probably. He sounded like Mandark too.
Of course he did. He probably looked like him.
Yeah, he did a little bit. Ugh. But then after 205 Live, they had they call it the main event, even though it's not televised. Like there's a dark match before everything starts to warm the crowd up, and then there's the main event at the end, which generally they're done to send the crowd home happy. There's
fair enough.
Usually, a pretty distinctive face and a heel, and the face usually wins, And The Miz came out, right. He was against Jeff Hardy, who, spoilers, looks as though he is going back to the Brother Nero gimmick, which is cool because he had his face all painted up, and that was kind of cool, for the U.S. title. And The Miz came out and just was, he just kept jumping out of the ring, and then he picks up a microphone. It was basically like just trashing Toledo and talking about and he's like, yeah, I'm from Ohio too, but I got out of here,
Well, I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not. He's from Cleveland, so I
mean, we barely got out of Ohio, you and I.
Yeah, exactly. We're still we still kind of got it, almost like a toe dipped in it.
Yeah, well, it's because we're like it's our time to watch the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're basically the Night's Watch of Michigan.
Right. But, so he grabs the mic and does that a couple of times, and he's like, well, and the crowd's booing him, and he's like, well, if you're just going to do that, I'm going to leave. And of course, the crowd cheers and then goes into the na-na-na-na,
Naturally.
And, and of course, it's just eaten right out of his hand. That's exactly what he's trying to get everyone to do, and he's great at it. I don't like The Miz, but he's really good at what he does,
Do you not like him because he was on Road Rules?
I've never liked him. Like,
because I can't respect anybody that was on Road Rules.
like I said, I respect his work. I respect that he does, he busts his ass. He does a great job. I just have never liked him. There's just something about him I've just never liked. But, he does that, and then he tells everyone that he's gonna get in the ring and he's gonna do Miz Jitsu. And he ties a headband on and gets back into the ring. And every time Jeff Hardy goes to do something, he blocks it, basically. And, it was funny. And then he gets back out of the ring at one point, and the crowd's booing him, So he has this thing that he does where he puts his hand in the air, and he goes, when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. And you can imagine...
I need to put that in my family life.
Well, you remember when we were in elementary school, the principal would hold up two fingers and that was like, shut up, basically?
Yes.
That's essentially what he's doing. And, but you know how it is, a crowd like that, anytime you say, shut up because you're being obnoxious or whatever, the crowd's gonna get more obnoxious, Yeah. So of course,
As he's playing everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, like I said, eaten right out of his hand, and it's awesome because it shows how good he is at what he does, and it was entertaining, You know, because obviously, you know, everyone's giving him heat because, you know, he's the bad guy. And
The bad guy.
they keep building up that Jeff Hardy can't hit him with the twist of fate, you know, and they keep building, and then he gets back in the ring and does something, and then Jeff Hardy hits him with the twist of fate. And unfortunately, we didn't get a swanton bomb from Jeff Hardy. It was just
Isn't he like 53?
Dude, he still does them. It doesn't matter.
Painkillers are a hell of a drug.
Well, no, he's supposedly clean now. I don't know. Well, he did just get a DUI a few months ago, but he's supposed to be off the pills. Yeah. So,
like he's not on the narcotics.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, so it really wasn't much of a match, but it was really entertaining, and the kids went crazy, you know, because the good guy won, you know,
right,
and stuff. So, like I said, everybody leaves, you know, pretty much feeling happy because the Miz got, you know, kicked in the head, basically. So, yeah. The only thing that I was almost disappointed about was, a wrestler named AJ Styles was being promoted as though him and Shinsuke Nakamura were going to have a match. That was going to be the main event. Right. But the WWE they fired someone earlier in the day, so they switched the way the matches were going around. So AJ and Shinsuke weren't going to be there or on TV.
Yeah, I can't believe they let me go, I'll be honest.
There was so many kids wearing AJ Styles stuff, and I'm like, man, this sucks for the kids, you know, they're not going to get to see their dude, you know, but it happens, you know, not everybody gets on TV. But I'm thinking at the same time, I'm like, you know, they could at least have AJ, you know, and AJ and Shinsuke beat the shit out of each other on Sunday night. So that's probably more of why they weren't there, you know, or more on. But then at the end of the gauntlet match, AJ's music hits and he comes out to the middle of the ring and lays the championship down and, you know, against to the guy he's going to be going against, you know, which was cool. The kids went crazy around us, you know. So, you know.
So you're saying it was a good time?
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, it was nice. I was happy for a lot, you know, that the kids got to see, you know, their guy, because it always is better that way. You know, it sucks when they're all excited to see someone, they go and he's not there, you know.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That would be the worst.
Yeah, but it happens. You know, there's nothing you can do about it, you know. So, anyway, that was my very long wrestling report from Tuesday.
The old wrestling report.
Yep, actually, really quick, while we're talking about wrestling, I wanted to mention that the guy we've referenced on here a few times, actually, is the guy who runs trivia that we go to, Corey. He has a wrestling podcast. It's called,
you don't say.
Yeah, it's called Audio Suplex Live. If anyone wants to listen to it, I'll have links to it in the show notes. So.
Oh man, we're gonna have to tell him next time we see him. We shout him out on our podcast. Did you tell him we have a podcast?
No,
when this all came up?
No, because it's like I found this on my own actually.
Oh, I assumed you guys like hung out after trivia and talked to him or something.
No, how I found out, which won't be interesting to anyone but you and I probably, but. You know how when we were sitting outside and I saw the thing that said Gorilla Press Media?
Right.
And I was like, that has to be Corey's because Gorilla Press is a wrestling move, you know? And I looked him up on FacePage, and sure enough, you know, it says Corey is the owner or whatever, or staff or whatever of it. So, and then, like, there was also like a, you know, then I saw somewhere on there was like a link to they put their podcast up on YouTube also. So, yeah.
Oh, right.
I have no idea what you just said.
I said, oh, right on.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I just figured since I'm talking wrestling, go ahead and throw that in there, too. So, go check it out.
Yeah,
Audio Suplex Live.
Plus, he's a solid, you know, DJ and whatnot. Seems like a good dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
A brand new Faja.
Truth.
He had a Faja's Day, too.
He did.
And all that.
He did.
He did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, tag.
I had, speaking of weird accents and shit, I had the weirdest interaction the other day when I was working that I've had in a long time, my friend.
Oh, yeah?
You know, I just got done getting basically, you know, assaulted for about an hour at work. And I was, you know, driving back to Toledo and stopped at the rest stop because piss hard.
Naturally.
And I'm out there in the parking lot drinking water, trying to collect my thoughts, like, what am I doing with my life? Is this worth my soul? All that stuff.
Sure, as one does.
Like one does at a truck stop.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I have the presence of a face in my window.
Okay.
So I look over and there's some just weird fucking looking dude looking at me. And I guess normally I try to keep it on the DL or whatever. But for the nature of the story, I have to tell everybody where I work. I work at a place called Metzger's Printing. It's a print shop.
Right.
So the guy's like, because our whole catchphrase is Metzger's means more, right?
Okay.
That was somebody's genius marketing idea.
That's pretty good. He said.
So I roll my window down. I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And the guy's like, "Hello, Metzger's means more." And I went, "Yeah, I guess it does." He's like, "Does it mean more meat?"
What?
And I went, "What?" He's like, yeah, "Right, exactly." And he's like, "I am from Sweden, and when I need meat, I go to the Metzger." So I'm assuming Metzger means butcher.
Sure. By the way, I gotta compliment you. Flawless accent.
I know. You think there's a Swede here.
I do.
I actually kidnapped him. He's sitting next to me. That's why I turned the video off so you couldn't see him.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, because I stabbed him like 13 times.
Nice, plausible deniability. I'll have to cut this out of the podcast, though, but yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be on IGTV.
Right.
But I'm like, okay. He's like, I'm like, well, they print. It's printing. Oh, what they must have came over here generations ago. Do
you realize you're sounding more and more Jamaican as this goes?
Yeah, no, I think I was looking at something from Jamaica in my room. And I'm like, God, I'm from Jamaica.
Was it a pound of weed? Yeah.
No.
Anyway.
But so I'm like, I guess, I don't know. And the guy's like, I can't. He's like, yeah, okay, cool. Metzger's means more.
Mm-hmm.
The weird Swedish guy at the truck stop, Ryan.
Wow.
One, I understand maybe in Sweden you just want to just talk to everybody. Is that what Swedes do?
I
don't even know.
I wouldn't know, yeah.
Here in America, I can only assume if you're walking up to me in a truck stop, you're trying to buy meth or suck my dick.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what Metzger is. Maybe that's a secret.
I mean, it's more meat, I guess.
Yeah. See? That's
like his tapping under a bathroom stall.
Right. Exactly.
I see what you're up to, Sven. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a whole weird situation.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be.
Truck stops are the weirdest places.
Oh, they definitely are. Yeah.
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 But yeah, that's all I have for Swedish truck stop guy. Tag, motherfucker.
Okay. Well, actually, I forgot something while we were talking wrestling. There's a little sadness in the wrestling world this week.
What's up?
Vader died. Big Van Vader. Leon White.
No Vader time.
No, it is no longer Vader time. And he had congenital... What?
Twilight. Huh?
What'd you say?
So no one told me it was the Vader Twilight.
Yeah. He's had congenital heart failure. So it was kind of like people were, kind of expecting it, but then he seemed to be doing okay, but then all of a sudden pneumonia caught him with a crossbody, and yeah, so it's no bueno.
One, I loved the crossbody pneumonia.
Right.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you kind of broke up for a second, and
cool.
I thought you said I thought you were going to say he has genital herpes.
No.
I was like, wow, that must have been a raging breakout.
No. It was
his life.
Congenital heart failure.
Oh, yeah. Because of the herpes.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, if anyone has a WWE network, I'm sure they're going to be putting up some sort of collection of his stuff from WCW and WWE.
If they don't call it Vader time, they're cunts.
You're totally right. They absolutely should. But for a dude his size, because I don't remember, he was a center in, from what I understand, he was one of the best centers in college football. Went into the pros, the old story, blew his knee out or something like that, and then became maybe one of the greatest big men that there ever was in wrestling. Super athletic dude. Like, used to do, like, top rope stuff, which most guys 300 plus pounds aren't doing, Yeah,
for sure. That seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's definitely worth finding some of his stuff and having a look-see. And like I said, WWE will probably put a, like, best of together or something. That's probably the way to watch it. Because I'm sure there's, like anybody, there's plenty of matches that you're like, ooh, this is no good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, God damn it, Vader versus the Hoagie again.
Damn it. Vader versus Brooklyn Brawler. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. So, yeah, there was that. And also, Coco the Gorilla died, if anyone cares.
Now who's more important, Coco or Harambe?
Coco to me, because Harambe never really meant much of anything to me. So
no, I agree.
Coco, when we were children, was
everyone
cool.
on the internet is dicks out for Harambe. What are you doing for Coco?
Good question.
Balls out?
I mean, Coco loved kittens, so I'm just saying.
Kittens love testicles. It's been proven.
Yikes. That sounds
I know, right?
Yeah. So, alright. Tag.
Oh, shit, son.
Nah.
I know, right? So, I've decided, and I don't know why. Probably because I'm a cunt. I'm getting back into Yelp. And
wait, you're getting one, huh?
I'm getting back into Yelp.
Oh boy.
I've decided I'm gonna become a Yelper.
Okay.
Because I've only wrote like 6 or 7 reviews or something.
So you're an expert, yeah.
But I always try to make them a little funny.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be that guy.
Okay.
And I saw that you can apply to become a Yelp Elite, and I did.
Of course you did.
I don't know how it's going to pan out for me.
So, here's what I'm thinking, is that
Yes.
you need to post your Yelp reviews, like, a picture of it on the Instagram or on our website or something along those lines.
I could do that.
Or on your blog.
That's a great idea.
Whichever, yeah.
Oh, I could, I need 2 devices to do that. I was like, I could read them on IGTV.
You totally could. Well,
good.
Yeah, you could probably pull them up on your computer, right? I think you can pull Yelp up.
I'm sure you can. I haven't tried.
Okay, fair
But,
enough.
I don't know why I decided this. It's like I use Yelp fairly regularly. What is this? Sorry. Fairly regularly, distracted by something on my desk. But I haven't reviewed anything in a long time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know why I was inspired to start doing it again, but I just decided arbitrarily, this is going to be something I'm going to do.
I like it.
You know what I need to do?
What's that?
I need to drop our website in every review.
Yes.
Every review is going to also be a salty language plug. That's my new goal.
I'm totally on board with this. Shameless plugging. Yep.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Perfect.
But yeah, so I don't know what what you need to do to become a elite thing, because you can nominate people or yourself. I'm like, why would I nominate anyone else?
Right.
Nominate me. But I don't know. It's a whole silly thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, Brian. I really don't know.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't either. I don't think I've ever written a review for Yelp. I don't do reviews very much for most things, and I'm going to be doing one here pretty soon because I ordered a pop from, it's one of those things, it says fulfilled by Amazon, but dude, whoever sent it to me put it in basically a manila padded envelope, and it came to me crushed. So I'm gonna
that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm gonna be leaving them a scathing review. So yeah, that pissed me off pretty good because it's like
it. I mean my pack.
Yeah, I hate when people sell stuff that people see as a collectible and they don't take any care in it. It's like most of the time, people buying from you, you should just assume that they're collectors, because they generally are going to be, you know? And I don't have to have the boxes perfect, but, you know, maybe don't look like someone stomped on it.
Yeah, destroyed would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
My guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't know. Well, it's a good idea. I should put on the website or do something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely should.
There you go. Look, it's all good. Review? I don't know. Or it might be bitches.
So, I got a story that was sent to me from our pal Heno for the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah, the headline on it, this one's from time.com. It says, "Woman strangles rabid bobcat to death after it attacked her."
Wow, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. 46-year-old woman strangled a rabid bobcat to death after the animal attacked her attacked her in her front yard in northeast Georgia. I just can't read. Said she went outside to take a picture and the bobcat lunged at her. She then grabbed the cat by its throat and didn't let go. She grew up in the country where her father-in-law was once a trapper of bobcats. As a result, she knew something about the animal's behavior.
What, that it's a cat?
Right. She says she was afraid of calling for help because her 5-year-old granddaughter was in the house. The woman is being treated for rabies and recovering from a broken finger and several bite and claw wounds to her hands, arms, chest, and legs.
Good chance she had rabies beforehand.
Good chance, you're right.
Just saying.
Yeah, really, the wrong animal got put down.
Like the kind of person to tangle rabies.
Right, that's why I said the wrong animal got put down.
Yeah, exactly. That bobcat was actually trying to get away. She chased it. He knew the fight was over.
Yeah, now she's wearing its pelt as a cape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She probably had thicker sideburns than that bobcat. I'd guess.
Shit. Well, I mean, it's not every day you get to read something about bobcat wrestling. So
that's true.
Or
that's
choking.
True.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if she was wrestling like the industrial machinery?
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
Would be.
Yeah. There's a sign when you're driving out on, I don't want to get too local, so I won't mention the road. We were going in between Toledo and Bowling Green.
Uh-huh.
There's a sign in some dude's yard. It's like Bobcat Bill.
Oh, wow.
And it's like a number. It's just like the man and the machine.
Whoa, boy. I don't know.
Right? I'm like, wow, is he like dicking down people or is he moving dirt? What's this guy up to?
Maybe he's doing both.
Maybe.
Damn, son. Yeah.
I know, right? Fucking Bobcat Bill for all your barn raising needs.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
They don't call him the Amish Wonder for nothing.
Oh, Bobcat Bill. Or Bob,
Bobcat Bill.
Sorry. Whatever you said, I don't remember.
I think I said Bobcat Bill.
I don't fucking care.
Exactly. Fuck him. Bobcat is a horrific accident.
Right.
Rolls down into a ditch.
He just sounds like Bobcat Goldthwait all the time.
He's rolling down a hill.
Yeah, except it's not like a gimmick, it's just actually how the guy sounds.
Yeah, it's because all the pain.
Poor guy, yeah.
Man. Speaking of pain, man.
Yeah.
Have you seen that meme that's been floating around? I saw it for the first time a few months ago. And it was a bedazzled steering wheel on the airbag, and it says, like, congratulations, you just made a Claymore.
No?
Okay, well, that's been floating around the internets.
Okay.
2 days ago, I saw that in real life.
Really?
I was sitting at a stoplight, and I looked over, and this lady's dashboard, I don't know if it was on her steering wheel, but it was definitely on the passenger airbag, was all bedazzled.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, like the dashboard had lines of jewels and shit, and I'm like, wow, someone's gonna die if that airbag goes off.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah. It was the first time I've seen the old meme in real life happen.
Yeah, seriously, because the force of that explosion is probably going to blow them jewels all over the place.
Oh, gee, right through somebody's face, chest, right in their asshole, all kinds of problems. It's going to be an issue for someone. Someone's going to the ER again.
Wow. How'd you get all these jewels in your ass?
Dashboard, you've already been to the ER.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, those types.
Or actually, you know what it could be? It could be joke's on you. There's no airbag in there. That's
true. Well, then you get douche in your face right into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's an ice cold friend right there.
Yeah, right? Suddenly you're wearing a crimson mask because your friend is checking Facebook, rear-ending somebody.
That sounded way more sexual.
No one needs that on a Saturday night.
Yeah, right? Know, right? Yeah, it sounded kind of, yeah.
Yeah, where's Bobcat Bill at?
He's on the back end.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Actually, he's in the middle. He's got a backhoe.
Look at Bobcat's coming up the dirt road.
Well, you said something about moving dirt.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Shit.
What's wrong with us?
So many things.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Ooh.
You got anything else for us on this?
Nope, that's all I got.
Well, shit, son, I still got one more thing.
Well, let's hear it.
Do you remember, Brian, before we started recording it, we were talking about the Crow remake, and I was like, I'm not talking about that. And then we started spitballing shit, and I'm like, I'm writing it back down.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I wasn't aware until today.
Today?
That they were remaking The Crow with Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Which I was just going to bring up because I know the ladies who love our program, like, check your panties, ladies.
Listen, dude, let's not just
what?
say ladies. I mean, our panties are soaked right now.
That's true. Yeah. I am aroused.
Speaking of Aquaman. Yeah, anyway.
Right? Mm. But, so they're supposed to be making a, remake with him involved, and apparently the plug has been pulled.
Yeah.
For some reason. I'm not going to read about it because I don't know if I care.
Fair enough.
What we were talking about earlier, how in the comic series, and I do believe in the movies they've made, that it was never Eric Draven. It was Eric Draven in the first one, and then after that, it was just like the Crow bringing other people back so they could get sweet, sweet revenge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think we both agreed that this would make a better television series.
Yeah. Because each season they could have a different lead, or every couple seasons, however they want to do it. Yeah,
dude, they do it every season like American Horror Story.
Yeah,
that's
what I really was hoping they would do. Like the comic 100 Bullets, I was really hoping they would do a TV series kind of like that. Because when you're done with, like, you get a briefcase with 100 bullets, and basically you can do whatever you want with them, and then when and at some point you transfer them forward, kind of, or, you give one to someone else, kind of a thing. I think it'd be a really neat TV show. Same with The Crow. Yeah, it could be, in the last episode, revenge is gotten, then the Crow lands on someone's, chamber door, says some things to them, makes them think they're going crazy, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's a raven, not a crow.
Lands on a tombstone, just takes a big old crow dump on it.
And then the person rises back up.
They sure do.
Not realizing they're raising up through crow dung. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Who would have thought crow turds?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
Good question. I don't know. You know what's really funny about this?
Crow turds.
We talked about this before the podcast. I can't at all remember what I was saying.
That's hilarious.
Because there was something I went to say, and then you said something, because that's when you were like, you know what, let's save this for the show, and I have no idea what it was I said. So, whoopsies.
Well, we could both agree on is it would make an amazing series.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, like I think unless it was a direct remake where Jason Momoa was playing Eric Draven.
Yeah.
Which I already closed it. I should have actually read that probably, but whatever.
Mm.
That would have a problem with that. But if it was just another Crow movie, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, in the comics there were different ones, so it would never bother me.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, All right, I think we can both agree.
Yeah. What'll be awesome is when they get to, like, Michael Cera as the Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the awkward corner. Like, Jason is a crow, that's terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Here comes this big Samoan Hawaiian dude.
Yeah.
Like, Shred City.
Yeah, it's pretty much like Lobo coming after you,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If it's my, whatever.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, read me poetry?
Meanwhile, he's the most vicious of all the crows.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, shit.
That seems right.
Yeah.
Besides the crow thing, how about here? I'm doing a David Letterman on my tie thing.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to go into the Q of the W, unless you have anything before that, which I don't think you do. So.
No, I certainly do that. I certainly do that.
All right. Last week.
Last week.
Whoop. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. After you.
I was going to say, last week, the Q of the W was, what's the funniest / weirdest / most inaccurate schoolyard fact or rumor you've heard?
Thank you, Fluffy Bunny Ash.
Yep.
On Face page, I only got a couple on here. Makes me sad.
Yeah.
It says, from our pal Philip, former guest show, of course, that Marilyn Manson removed the rib to suck his own dick.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
That did go around a lot, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yes, it did. And, along these guys are riding the dick train.
Oh, my.
Also, former guest, Big Dev.
Mm-hmm. True.
He says that Jamie Lee Curtis was hermaphrodite. It had a big old dick where her clit should be.
Wow.
Maybe she also had a rib removed.
Maybe.
Would that be?
That's why she was in True Lies. Yep.
What is that? That I don't know. That thong scene wasn't much of a lie. Jeez, who knew? But that's all I have on Face page, mate.
I know we didn't get very many for this one, so
Makes me sad.
Me too. Over on Twitter from Besotted Geek Pod, we got that there was candy in the janitor's front pocket. Liar. Listen, if that's something you're being told, you should probably not be. Don't trust that people have candy in their front pockets. It's generally not candy.
Real quick too, I got to shout out Besotted Geek.
Okay.
Because I screen capped this because it made me laugh because I was just trying to clear off badges and every once in a while I do open Twitter.
Okay.
And he sent us a tweet that was, on this week's Salty Language, Brian and Tony reminisce about the time they ran away from home and joined the circus. I'm going to keep guessing the titles until I get one right.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot I read that too. Yeah.
Which is hilarious. So yeah. I sure hope that that's an ongoing game.
Me too.
When you try to figure out what the title of our show means before you listen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fun times.
Me too. I enjoy that. Which is actually, from the beginning is part of why I named the shows the way I do. So that when people see them, they'll be like, what the hell? And want to listen. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So good on you for that. And, you get a no prize for being, completely right. That's exactly what our show last week was about.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Mm-hmm. Tony and I is the Trapeze Act. Yep.
Indeed, exactly.
Wait a minute.
And then, since we're both part of Dead Dad Club, we both became Batman's sidekicks.
Oh, sad.
I know, the Flying Graysons.
Mm-hmm. All right, via the emails, Fluffy Bunny Ash sent me like 6,000 of them, so she made up for everyone else.
Fair enough.
Which is,
right.
Appropriate. It's her question. She should definitely have, robust answers or what have you here. Shoot, where is it? She said the first two aren't the weirdest or wrong in a funny way, but they're ones that always pop to mind first. And it's that Mew was under the truck in the first Pokemon game, and that Sean Connery was in the GoldenEye game. During the heyday of both those games, those rumors were in every playground and everyone knew someone that claimed that they or their brother, cousin, uncle caught Mew or unlocked Connery, and everyone spent hours trying to do it themselves. I've never heard that.
Yeah, I was so deep into GoldenEye and had all the Nintendo powers.
Yeah.
I felt like I was a GoldenEye black belt, and I had never heard that rumor until right now.
Yeah, you were pretty ridiculous at the game. I hated playing with you.
Sorry.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. So, I mean, I'm guessing he wasn't in the game then, so that's too bad. That would have been awesome.
Sure, right?
Playing the game, all
that
of a sudden,
been sick.
Connery comes out, called you a cunt. Yeah.
Exactly. Starts slapping women around.
Whoa. No, let's not do that.
But that's what he did.
I know, but, I mean, they don't have to put that in the game, though.
Like, Jesus, Connery, I know it's slappers mode, but only the ladies?
Oh, dude. Shit. That's a great reference, but terrible. Damn it. Alright, so she says there's another one I remember from when I was in like grade 1. That was about the bathroom in the basement of the school being haunted. But it wasn't a big school rumor, it was just something one of the older girls made up and convinced me and my 2 friends of.
Naturally.
Makes sense. Mean girls.
Yep, exactly.
Alright, so let's see. Hold on, I had to open another email here. She says her boyfriend has one that's the opposite. It's no one believed it because it was too weird, and school grapevine made it a point of disbelief. The story after it had gone around was that someone took a shit in the toilet that was so big it couldn't be flushed and that the cafeteria lady came and scooped it out and served it. And it became a school legend that everyone told but no one really believed. But aside from the cafeteria lady taking it and serving it, the story was actually true. There was a giant unflushable turd, it did flood the bathroom, and the janitorial staff, which did happen to include the lunch lady, did have to go and scoop it out and take it out in a bucket.
Oh my God. What sort of creature left that?
Listen, man, if you can choke a toilet out, I mean, first of all, you should probably go to a doctor.
Brian, would that be called poo-jitsu?
God damn it. Maybe. I mean, man. Shit.
Jesus.
You said earlier.
Kid eating.
Remember earlier when you said boas? Oh no, you said pythons. I was going to say boas are terrible, but fucking pythons are terrible.
Python. Yeah, exactly. Got that old ass python coming out.
The old turlet python, yeah.
God, good Lord. That old taking a squat and dropping a Burmese.
Right?
Jesus.
I know, man. Jesus. I mean, they had to have been, like, backed up to your teeth or something. You know?
You would think.
And then finally you're like, oh, sweet freedom.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Wow. That kid was never seen again. He went to an alternate dimension when that happened.
Probably lost about 70 pounds or so. Yeah.
That energy build. Snap broke the universe.
Yikes.
He's living like a king in an alien world right now.
Oh, yeah, where it's an alien world where, giant turds are considered,
exactly.
I don't know, good things. I don't know, whatever.
Goddamn magical.
Yeah. She also says,
it's like that flying dog thing from Neverending Story, but just a big old turd.
Yeah! Yeah. Fuck. She also says, I can't remember if this one comes from my friend or her brother, but one of them learned that in the schoolyard that babies are made by a boy poking a girl in the belly button, and they believed it for quite a while until their parents set them straight. That seems to be the, most common one, I think, is that, where babies came from type of a deal.
Right.
So, shoot, where is it? Sorry. She says, okay, she's got a couple more here. She said one from her girlfriend was that if you stepped or squished a bee, you'd be swarmed and stung to death. That one I heard too.
I heard that one too.
Yeah.
If you fuck up one bee, it's something becomes a gang war.
Yeah, I remember being just walking around the neighborhood or something, and I killed a bee and I ran home because I was afraid of a swarm of bees coming after me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Retribution's coming, son.
Listen, man, if the flies never got us, the bees are never getting us, Tony.
Yeah, that's true. The flies, yeah, we fucked up them flies.
Yeah, those flies have got a huge vendetta against us that's unpaid.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
She said this one comes from one of her friends. Some kids at recess convinced him that the movie Independence Day, the original one, was only going to be in theaters for one day, because the trailers and posters said only in theaters. And then the line underneath was the opening day. He really wanted to see the movie and made his parents get tickets for the first day. Now this was back in the mid-90s when advance sale movie tickets were not common, and certainly not something you could do in a couple clicks in an app. We were both laughing so hard when he was telling me. He said his parents even tried to assure him that the movie would be playing for at least a few weeks, but there was no convincing him. Asshole kids.
That's hilarious. Yeah, really. Welcome to Earth.
Fuck. Today only.
Pretty sure that's a playlist of ours on YouTube of music videos too. The Welcome to Earth playlist.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
And this last one, you're really going to identify with.
Oh yeah.
Yep. She says, and finally, these are from her boyfriend when Magic the Gathering first started to spike in popularity around 94. Which makes sense. It came out in, 93, I think? So.
Yeah, yes.
It was just before the magazines with prices were super common that every kid would buy one. So there was a lot of wrong info about the value of cards. He says that two that he vividly recalls were Sarah Angel being one of the rarest cards, and kids would pay like $10 for one, even though it was like a $2 to $3 uncommon at the time. See, I remember that as a $10 card then.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, like around here, in most places, it didn't become a $2 to $3 card until a little bit down the road.
I want to say the shops we were playing in,
yeah,
like White Weenie / Crusade decks were the shit.
Yeah,
and
they
when
were.
Sarah hit the table, it's like, well, we're fucked.
Yeah, even though,
yeah.
Not really,
yeah.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, but in the heyday.
Yeah. Because it was
like,
same
oh
with like...
God, the angels.
Right.
I have sinned.
He said the price of them even spiked and doubled at their shop. And some green common everyone thought was way more valuable than it was, so everyone would offer it in trades for much better cards, legit thinking they were offering a good deal. He thinks it was Giant Growth. Now, what card did I think it was, Tony?
Crawworm.
Yep.
Because I fucked some kids over that card.
Yeah, you weren't the only one. There were a lot of people that would, because kids were like, oh my God, look how big this creature is.
It's so big. I'm like, just give me that stupid bird. It's a 0/1. You don't need that rare card.
That thing will die so fast. Yeah.
God, you're so dumb. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's, yeah. And she said he also remembers the story that the card Pestilence was cursed, and if you had it, you'd wake up one morning, look in the mirror, and you'd look like the sickly kid in the picture. So kids used to give the card away if they opened a pack with one in it. He still has like 30 to 40 of them from that time because he'd take them.
Amazing. I used to love Pestilence.
Me too.
Yes.
I played that for a long time.
Dude.
What?
Pestilence deck, I will fuck up your world, sickly kid.
Yeah, that's why I knew you'd identify with those one because it reminds me a lot of
hilarious.
The church stories and different stuff. Yeah, I think anyone who played Magic at some point probably has those stories,
Right.
of cards that people overvalued / undervalued or, whatever. But, the Pestilence one made me laugh because I knew over the years I've known quite a few people who either weren't allowed to play the color black or just wouldn't play the color black, and I'd be like, I'll take your cards. They just give them to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take these sick-ass fucking cards off you.
Like, wait, what are you doing with those? Are you going to throw them away?
My mother won't let me play black because it has demons.
Yep. And that's exactly what it was, yeah.
Yep.
So many times. I mean, we saw it again. I mean, obviously working in a shop, being in a shop, and then owning a shop.
Yeah.
We saw it so much.
I'm only allowed to play white cards because my daddy's a racist.
Whoa. That one I don't think I ever heard. But, or were you impersonating...
And then I said white cards, and I'm like, I think this is funnier as a racist.
I thought you were, like, impersonating Logan or something,
Oh, naturally.
Yeah.
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 The only exception is Cream Dawn. We love that guy.
Right. Naturally. Who doesn't?
For sure.
I hated that shit so much because it's so not true, you know?
No, exactly.
I get it. Listen, I fully understand it because of, you know, stuff with the, you know, wherever, some religious whatever saying that it's, you know, doing this. But it's like, really, the game in general, you shouldn't be able to play under that kind of rule, you know?
Right.
Because it's all summoning things. That's witchcraft, no matter how you want to look at it.
I want to say that it was really more the early Magic when it was like demonic pact and stuff like that.
Yeah, true.
And then, you know, I'm sure moms and dads were like, oh,
I love
geez.
that, yeah.
I was just looking at these cards that little Timmy's playing with, Susan, and he has a card in here called Demonic Pact.
Our boy's a Satanist.
I knew it.
I knew it. I heard him listening to the rock and roll, Freddie. Susan, I know.
Something like that.
Listening to the rock and roll. I love it.
The rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not wrong.
His John Denver Adams we bought him are just covered in dust. I heard him yell dark ritual. I don't know what that means.
Is he doing sacrifices in his room?
Now, Susan, it's okay. I'm sure it's just a game, but we'll take it away from him because we're that parent. Well, I found this other sweet game. It's called Corinthians.
Oh, dude, do you remember... I mean, this is going way back. But do you remember when we were at Ancon and there was a religious game?
Yes.
Oh my god. There was a religious collectible card game. Oof.
Well, I distinctly remember Jeannie telling me that I can't remember the exact name of the game. I would love to yell and get her in here. But that when she was coming of age, her and her cousin Amber were only allowed to play some Jesus-based video game.
Oh my!
Like she wasn't aware other games were a thing, really.
Oh wow! So it's kind of it reminds me of when Bart's over at the Flanders house. The only game they have is like doing conversions.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah,
hilarious.
So yeah, fun times.
Silly people. It's just a game.
Right.
It's just a game. It's like playing chess, except with witchcraft and stuff. No, I'm kidding.
Exactly. It's like playing chess, just with Satan.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to play chess with Satan? Good times. Boy. You know what's funny, too, is on that angle, was when we were scouting locations to open our shop, one of the places that I saw that was pretty good, actually, I thought. I remember the guy once, he asked, like, what we were going to be doing and selling and all this, and when I started telling him, like, when I was talking about, tournaments and stuff, and I was explaining, because I said something about Magic, and then I had to explain that it's a collectible card game, not, like, Abracadabra,
Exactly.
And just the look on his face was just souring. And then we were kind of like, he seemed favorable, and then like a few days later he called back and was like, well, I talked with the other tenants and they don't feel comfortable with that kind of, content or something to that effect. And I'm like, what? I'm like, it's a game, like.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, no one gets, especially back then, no one got that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They just assumed we were, up to no good with the dark magic and shit.
Can you imagine if he would have known we would have been playing the rock and roll music in our shop too?
I know, the rock and the roll. and maybe the occasional tracks from, like an urban station.
Yep.
Can't have that.
Not at all. Nope.
Jeez.
So.
Nothing but Striper in here.
Oh, Jesus. All right, that's all I got.
Well, that concludes our Q to W for last week. So,
I like what you got. Good job.
Which brings us to this week's question of the week, Brian. That sounded redundant.
Yeah.
Which What one regular word would make an amazing game? Come on, video game listeners out there. Rack your brains.
I mean, the first thing I want to say would be like cunt. But
I'm in. Go on. So this is a board meeting. Yes, okay, cunt. Sell it to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what the game would be, though. I just, unless it's just you being an absolute cunt to everyone else playing. It's kind of like asshole, but, cunty instead of assholey.
No, would this be a massive multiplayer online game?
Very well could be.
Shitheads of people.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, here's what it is there's a level or a section in this game that, like, you either get put into the main game or you're the cunt, basically. When you're the cunt, your job is to go around and kill people on your own team or steal treasure and shit from them so they can't have it, even though you don't need it. Like, that kind of thing.
I like it.
Yeah, like hitting your own teammates in the back of the head in Halo or whatever.
Oh, God, I almost fucking chokeslammed a dude one day doing that.
Exactly.
Man, there's not many things that get me going. That was one of them.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Well, cunt it is.
I just wanted to claim it before anyone else could.
Fair enough.
All right, what's yours?
It's funny because mine's along the same line.
Right.
Except mine was pussy. But that's just to bring the people in.
Okay, all right.
It's actually just a first-person cat simulator.
I'd play that. I was hoping you
knock shit off the shelves.
Yeah. So it's like a first-person shooter, but you're a cat.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. If you want to go take a shit in someone's shoe, whatever.
Nice. I mean, these are all things I do anyway, but...
yeah, but as a cat.
Yeah.
Not as a human.
Well,
I wear a human in a cat suit.
Oh, okay. I was like, I wear my cat suit, yeah. And by cat suit, I mean like, rawr, cat suit.
Yeah.
Black leather,
Exactly. Like, geez, he's got his leather kitty suit on.
Like, geez, Brian thinks he's Eartha Kitt again.
That's hilarious because I've got an Eartha Kitt Catwoman staring at me right now. That's amazing. Yeah, that's funny that you had cunt, and I was like, when I saw that thing, I was like, perfect, pussy. The sexuality will bring them in, but it's just going to be cats.
Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah. It's just like the game Exploding Kittens. I thought it was totally something else.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Unlike, you remember the old browser-based game Kitten Cannon?
No. I probably
played Kitten Cannon?
I probably did, but I don't... Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I remember it now, I think. Yeah.
Exactly what it was. You shoot a kitten out of a cannon. Go for distance.
Yeah, that's right. For some reason, I was originally thinking it was like Gorilla.
Oh, yes.
But it's not really.
But not quite. Yeah.
Good times.
So there you go. So, people out there, what one regular word which would make an amazing game?
Show me what you got!
Boom.
Yeah.
Gang, gang, gang!
Wow. Oh my.
Right.
All right. Well, I guess that's, I think we've gotten to the point where we have to change back into our dress shoes and our other sweater and scurry away until tomorrow.
I believe so.
Or next week, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess, head over to saltylanguage.com if you haven't already. Look at the show links will be there, the past episodes, all the enthusiasts that we've done, which we've mentioned, 3 or so in this episode alone.
Yeah, I believe so.
Go check those out or something.
Well, the truth be told, we gotta get people back on this program.
Yeah, I know. I'm a lazy man, Tony. No,
as am I, my friend.
Yeah. That doesn't work well together.
No. 2 lazies, you know what that makes? Even lazier.
Yeah, exactly. We need a manager to do this stuff for us.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. But no,
maybe an intern?
Yeah. Oh, even better. We won't have to pay him.
Oh, can we get a sexy intern?
Of course.
I happen to have somebody's Twitter account.
Oh my.
I think she charges $300.
Yeah. Whatever. I don't think that's going to work out so well.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
While you're on the website, you can see the networks that we're part of, like the Tangent Bound Network and
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment.
Yeah.
So go check those out, and links to those are on the website, so you can go over there and see what kind of podcasts there are that maybe will tickle your cockles or what have you.
That's exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, while you're there, if you're going to be shopping on Amazon, please swing by our website first. Click the Amazon banner, and then it'll take you back there. Or over to Amazon. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and they help us out a little bit.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Other ways you could help the show, if you'd like, is just to send us straight cash, homie. No, I'm kidding.
Remember, Brian, gift cards and titties.
Yeah, gift cards and titties. Yeah, we will accept both. Gender's not important. We'll take all titties.
I mean, yeah, it's true.
I totally lost my spot.
We were on the gift cards and titties part of the show.
Yeah, I know. Oh, if you'd like to help us out, if you're using Apple Podcasts, please rate, review, and subscribe if you haven't already. 5-star ball wash. Right?
Naturally.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Thought I lost you. Or also, if you'd like to help us out, retweet our show links, or our Facebook links, or share our Instagram postuses, or, whatever. Help your boys out.
Exactly. Do us a solid. Tell everyone you know about us.
We
Except your parole officer.
He already knows about us.
Word.
Those creeps.
Yeah, those guys.
If you want to contact us, like if you have a Q of the W question you would like us to ask, you can send it to us at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can fire it to us via the Twitters at salty_language. You could send it to me if you want to at Stunami.
You can send it to me at Monotony.
If
you so desire.
Right. Or you could Snapchat it to us. I'm at Ninjitsu.
I'm at salty_language. And of course, we're also on FacePage, Instagrams. I'm also on Instagram, so is Brian. We're all over the place.
Yep. All the links are on the website.
Exactly. Just, we treat social media, Brian, just blowing all over it.
Yeah, that's true. It's what we do.
It's what we do.
Mm-hmm. Really disinterested in most of it.
Also true. Accurate.
Perfect. That's why we've blown up the way we have.
Oh man, it's hard to, my mailbox every day is so full of gift cards and titties.
Yeah, right? Mine too.
I don't know what to do.
The titties are weird to get in the mailbox. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Little bit.
Sometimes you forget a couple days, you're like, why are all these flies buzzing around my mailbox?
Oh yeah.
Oh jeez.
Rotten titties. Yep.
Yeah. Truth be told, I put those titties in the McDonald's garbage can.
Mm-hmm. That's a good call.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
Don't want to be associated with no garbage titties.
That's a good point. I don't want to be associated with those either. So.
Yeah, right?
All right.
There should be a t-shirt. Don't want to be associated with no garbage titties.
It'd be like the, no fat chick shirt,
So
no garbage titties.
No garbage titties.
We'll make it in everyone's sizes, Kids sizes,
sure.
Women, men, whatever. We don't care.
Kids sizes. Like, I'm not going to feed from no garbage titties.
Right? I mean, it's appropriate.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
Like, well, the baby's got a point. He is a growing baby.
Yeah, the woman comes home, the guy's sitting there with that shirt on, the baby's got it on too, and he's like, look, we had a talk.
Yeah, like, listen up here.
She just kills the guy.
Yeah, for sure. Burns the house down.
Seems fair to me,
Yeah. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whopper is the only thing you can expect after somebody smacks a Whopper out of your hand.
That's right. That's right. Oh, man. So, all right, well, I guess.
By Whopper, Whopper of a titty.
Well, of course. Of course.
That's right.
So, I guess until next week, remember to send us, titties and gift cards.
Nice. And
have a beer, you'll be fine.
Oh, man. 360 Slam stays salty.
Oh, my. And I'd like to thank our producer, Cream Dong, for all the added content this week.
We fired Seamus?
No, Seamus is still around. We're just using another producer this week. Seamus is on assignment.
No, okay, fair enough.
For those who don't know, we used to make a joke that our producer was Seamus Pug, that was a pug dog, and he operated the soundboard, which is why we had so many issues.
Yeah, oh boy, we had so many issues. Still do.
Still do, yeah.
Fucking Seamus.
All right, well.
Can't trust the Irish, always drinking.
Yep. That's why he's on assignment. He's in rehab. Finally. We've been trying for 7 years.
I know, right? That's a long time with dog years.
It is. So, yeah. All right, well, get well, Seamus.
Fuck you.